73%. That's how many people who start a side hustle this year, motivated, hopeful, ready to change their life, will quit before they even make their first $500. And the crazy part? It's not because they were lazy. It's not because they weren't smart enough. It's not even because the idea was bad. It's because nobody told them the truth about what starting a side hustle in 2026 actually looks like. They were sold the highlight reel, the screenshots, the income reports, the "I made $10,000 in my first month" videos, but nobody showed them what happened in month 2. When the algorithm stopped sending traffic, when the first client ghosted them, when they realized they owed taxes on money they had already spent. I have been studying side hustles, what works, what doesn't, and more importantly, what nobody tells you, for the past 3 years. And in this video, I am going to give you the full picture, the real stuff, the uncomfortable stuff, the stuff that will actually determine whether your side hustle succeeds or becomes another half-finished project you never talk about. Before we get into it, let me be clear about who this video is for. If you have already been running a side hustle for 2 or 3 years and you are making consistent money, this might be review for you. But if you are in that stage where you are thinking about starting something, or you tried once and it did not work, or you are currently in the grind and wondering why it feels so much harder than the YouTube videos made it look, this video is exactly for you. Here is what we are going to cover today. First, the 5 things nobody tells you before you start. These are the hidden realities that catch most people off guard. Second, the 3 mistakes that kill side hustles in the first 90 days. I have seen these patterns over and over, and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. Third, what actually separates the 10% of side hustlers who make real money from everyone else? And I promise you, it is not what most people think. And finally, a realistic, week-by-week framework you can follow starting right now in 2026, regardless of how much time or money you have. So let us get into it. No fluff, no filler, just the real information. Hidden truth number 1. The first 90 days of any side hustle feel like walking through a desert. You are working, you are posting, you are building, you are learning, and absolutely nothing is happening. No sales, no clients, no traffic, sometimes not even a single view. And this is the moment, right here, where 70% of people quit. Not because it was not going to work, but because they did not know that this silence, this painful, frustrating silence, is completely normal. Think of it like planting a seed. You water it every day. You do not see anything. Day 1, nothing. Day 10, nothing. Day 30, nothing. And then one day, sometimes suddenly, something breaks through the ground. But most people dig the seed up after 2 weeks because they are convinced nothing is happening. Here is what the data actually says. The average Etsy shop takes 3 to 6 months to make its first sale. The average YouTube channel takes 4 to 8 months to get its first 1,000 subscribers. The average freelancer takes 60 to 90 days to land their first consistent client. Not a week, not a month, months. So if you are in that desert right now, keep walking. You are probably much closer to the other side than you think. Hidden truth number 2. And this one is hard to hear. Your first side hustle idea probably is not going to be the one that works. Now, before you click off, hear me out. I am not saying your idea is bad. I am saying that most successful entrepreneurs, the ones making real passive income, the ones you follow online, they are rarely on their first idea. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, tried selling fax machines door to door for 7 years before she accidentally stumbled onto the idea that made her a billionaire. Jeff Bezos worked in finance. Elon Musk's first company was a city guide for newspapers. Most people you admire online, their overnight success was actually their 3rd or 4th attempt at something. So here is the reframe I want you to take away from this video. Stop trying to find the perfect side hustle before you start. The goal of your first side hustle is not to make $1 million. The goal is to learn how to sell, how to market, how to manage your time, how to deal with rejection, so that when the right opportunity comes, you are ready for it. Your first side hustle is your training ground, not your finish line. Hidden truth number 3, and this one is the one that destroys relationships, causes burnout, and makes people resent the very thing they started because they loved it. The real cost of a side hustle is not money. It is time. Every course you buy will tell you, start with just 1 hour a day. And technically, yes, you can start with 1 hour a day. But to actually grow something, to get to the point where it is generating real income, you are looking at 10 to 20 hours a week, minimum, for the first 6 months. That means something has to give. TV time, social media scrolling, maybe some sleep, which I do not recommend, weekends, evenings. And this is where I want to ask you a real question, not a rhetorical one. What are you actually willing to trade? Because if the answer is nothing, if every hour is already committed, then you do not have a side hustle problem. You have a time management problem, and that needs to be solved first. But if you can carve out 10 hours a week, 2 hours on weekday evenings and 1 full day on the weekend, you have more than enough time to build something real in 2026. If this video gave you even one thing that is going to change how you approach your side hustle, hit the subscribe button. Because next week, I am covering the exact 5 side hustles with the highest income potential in 2026, and the step-by-step process to start each one. That video drops next Tuesday. Drop a comment below right now. Tell me, what side hustle are you working on or thinking about starting? I read every single comment, and it helps me know what to make next. I will see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe to Cashflow Simplified for more interesting content.